my first live on Substack. So anytime doing anything new, I definitely am very curious and open to what might come and what might happen here in this space. So whoever logs in, logs on. I'm just grateful, y'all. My name is Kenney. Pronouns are she, her, hers. Substack community, thank you so much for being here. I feel good and grounded in this platform. And I know I've lost some people along the way, but I have full faith in the capacity of creating connection through this platform with you as you are with me, as I am in this moment, and how we can get creative, y'all, how we can get innovative, y'all, how we can really show up in our full authentic expressions and talents and gifts and grit and grace and just keep inspiring each other to counter the limits, to counter the ways in which we get conditioned to be small, and myself included. I'm working on that, working through that, and this is the time. So excited to be here on the platform today. I feel called just to kind of show up, play a little bit here, right? Again, it's my first time live on Substack. Open, receptive. I did come in with the intention to share a little bit of a movement practice with us, very short, simple, sweet, but I don't know where you are located at in the world. Right now, I am in my home of Midland, Michigan, which is the indigenous land of the Anishinaabe and Chippewa, but it is cold here. We are going through a very frigid and cold time, Arctic chills. And when that happens, right, when there's cold, the body contracts, it gets small and tight. And then, in addition to all the other things we are navigating as humans on this planet, in this plane at this time, there's so much that just causes the muscles and the bodies to contract and get tight. And when we're there, y'all, we're holding on, and we're not allowing things to move through. Again, that innate wisdom, that creative power, that innovation, that energy. So I feel really called to just create some space to be silly together, to move together, to find what works well for your body, for me, in these times, in these moments, as we move through sustainable ways. We can just shift some things out and work through. I'm finding this to be a very big theme right now. So I just held space on Sunday for Pet Loss Grief with my comrade Julie Hirt. Love you, baby. Love you, baby. Love you, baby. But what I really noticed was and there's a lot of themes, but one of the themes that showed up in the grief circle was movement and the power of movement. And be it like this rock here, these gentle sways, I'm going left to right with my body, or maybe it's walking, right? There's just power in movement. There's nourishment in movement. Sometimes the mind makes ideas that the movement has to be abrasive or full throttle. What I'm just encouraging right now is for us to maybe pay attention to how we're holding on, how we're getting into these patterns due to environmental circumstance, due to emotions being experienced below and above the surface of you, right? Due to the many things that are happening right now that can cause me to hold my breath, lock my body, and stay stagnant. But what I'm recognizing, y'all, stagnation is not where my power lives. And if my power doesn't live in stagnation, I'm assuming, as well as very believing, that either does yours. So we need to find ways to move our bodies, have a relationship with movement within our bodies, so we can do this movement, this work out in the world. And that really clicked for me on Sunday. Not that it hasn't been clicking for me. My relationship with movement is very needed and necessary for my own sustaining and healing and showing up as I can and best in this world and body. But very much a theme as far as healing. And one of the animals in spirit that showed up was just really encouraging their human to remember how in those final moments together, those final days together, how they place that that animal upon their heart, their chest, and just gently swayed and danced real gently throughout their house. And just how that was a very beautiful exchange of energy and emotion and love between that human and that animal, and how that animal spirit again is like encouraging that that human and all humans make some space to move. So you might already be mirroring me if you're in space with me right now in this life, and going a little left to right, back and forth. You might be circling the hips a little bit, but I just hope wherever you're landing right now, you let your body move. And you let your breath really be felt inside. And I'm just going to start to like deepen, intensify, I guess. I don't even know what the language is. Let's get out of the mind stuff. But I'm just going to start to like lift my arms over my head, wiggle my wrists, lean a little left to right. And again, the encouragement, the support is for you to do the same, but it might not look the same. It might not feel the same. But let it work for you. Taking my movement into some circles, snaps, cracks, pops, some cat-like energy, just pawing out, even shaking out. The animal kingdom shows us, and we are animal kingdom, but the animals, when they go through high intensity moments, traumatic, maybe scary, right? Like shocking at times, right? Like when they go through an experience like that, when it's over and they recognize that like they're safe, they're here, their body shakes, dude. Their body shakes, and it's a natural response to release that energy of impact that came in that was just so overwhelming and fearful and uncertain and scary, right? Like we get absorbed, we hold on. And then the animal knows, like, okay, I made it, I survived, I'm here. And it releases it. We've lost that connection to those innate things. Like the body will want to move that through, but mind holds on, gets conditioned, and we just, or even like not having the space afterwards to release it. So today, if you can get a little funky, you can shake it out a little bit, clear the slate a little bit, move it through a little bit. Again, this is our power. And if I know movement within me, I can better create that out in the world. And the last thing I just want you to do is just like kind of take a little twisting action. You might even like round some cow's cat circle of hips. Try not to label it or overthink it. Just feel it, experience it. But another animal came through, a spirit of the animal on Sunday, and they shared this energy for their human as well, of like taking their tail and just brushing it back and forth and clearing the slate that's behind them. And that too like feels like some wisdom and power right now too, just to like so we can have some capacity to be with the power, to be with what you're experiencing underneath you, to clear out those slates. So again and again, thank you. I write about movement. I write about my experience of processing the trauma, processing the hardship. I write about how we show up right now in the world and that we are divine spiritual beings here having this human experience of hardship and gravity to rise above and beyond it, to learn from suffering, to create self, to make solutions, to be the creative, conscious beings on this earth that we have been born to be. It's innate, it's in us. But when we are so consumed with the tension, which I understand, this is about making the space and allowing that process to support you throughout. So if I can share sprinkles of tidbits of how to do that in your own authentic counterculture way, well, Thank you for allowing me to share that with you. Thank you for allowing me to share myself with you. The last thing I just want to like tie it all into this movement of our body, this movement of our breath in and out, finding depth, length, space, process, movement of the mind, to work beyond maybe the blocks, the barriers, even the fearful stuff, which I am with you in this time, this moment, right? And also challenging myself to see beyond the worst case scenarios and what is possible as we rise to the occasion here, y'all, is the ones that say, you know what, I want to change this. You know what, I want the collective. I want us to come together. I want us to work together. I want us to be who we are as we are. So all of this movement within us, I just feel it's going to be the movement and the magic outside of us, bringing us together. And I have faith in that, which faith was a big thread too on Sunday and all throughout this lifetime of mine, and a way of holding my faith and not holding my breath, a way of holding my faith and not holding my body in a locking pattern that doesn't support me. It just creates that tension inside of me, right? Holding my faith and not my mind again in ideas of only the things that I've experienced or known, being open that there's so much more. There's so much more that I don't know. I don't know anything actually, and I'm open to that, and I love that. And let it surprise me in the best ways instead of the worst. And holding my faith that when I'm regulated, when I have movement, when I have the ability to express myself and tend to the truth and the tenderness of who I am, that I am going to be able to make choices that are conscious and aware and show up in the world that is productive and peaceful and loving, right? Like, and that helps me to know that like if others are doing this work, right, I can have faith that they too are going to rise to their own occasion, to trust and navigate the responses in their bodies, to not cause more harm but maybe solutions and healing and hope and inspiration. And that just gives me again more faith in each other, and all of this stemming from that space where I can have some space to move. So please, if you got the honor, the privilege, the blessing to make that happen for yourself today, use it. If you have the honor, the blessing, and the privilege to share that with another today, use it, right? This is our power, and I am blessed to be here with you. This page is growing. This is live day one. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if it was of support to you, and keep moving. Even like slowly, even a little shift. Oh, that's something too, y'all. The shoulders. I don't know if we got to that shoulders, which again, it's cold here, and I'm recognizing my body and the patterns. So I gotta move it through, and that's just like climate, environmental. I'm not even talking about the political crap happening too, right? Like, so that too. There's power here. There's power here. There's power here. Thank you for letting me be there in the power with you. Until next time, y'all, keep moving.